Hey, so I said I would do a video about this, so here it is. This is my bike that I converted into an electric bike. So, yeah, you could see it was, this is the Carbon Speed Cycles 350 watt electric bike conversion. And, yeah, that's the throttle for it. Which I thought that, they sent me a second throttle because it was either a bad throttle or bad controller, and it turned out to be a bad controller. So we got that fixed, and now I ride it, and it's good. It's really quick. It goes like 20 miles an hour, just like cruising on its own speed. My other e-bike went a lot slower than that, and it's up on the wall now. It's an antique. This is so much lighter because it's actually a good bike, and it's quicker. And I just rebuilt the rear end and repacked the bearings and cleaned it all out so it's nice and ready to go. And yeah, this is the Carbon Speed Cycles. It does come with mounts for your disc there. And basically, I heard people talking about they couldn't get it to fit into the eyelets or whatever, but it's not meant to fit easily. It's meant to be like smacked in there and hammered in, so it could be tight. And you have to put in. There's a little clip. Not sure if you could see it. Let's see if I can get down here to show you. I don't know if we can see it or not. You see that little clip, that little lip thing? I'm not sure if you see it, but yeah. The lip washer goes in like that, and it keeps the whole thing from moving. You can see how I get down on the ground to the side. You see how it goes in there? So we have one washer. Then you have the clip washer, which locks it into this groove. I've seen people putting support brackets and all sorts of ridiculous shit. You don't need to do any of that. This is what this is for right here. This little washer goes on the inside right there, and then you put one washer on the outside and the nut. And that's it. And this is something I highly recommend, which is this X-Tech. It's an X-Tech hydraulic disc brake. And yeah, this X-Tech is really awesome. It allows you to have a hydraulic disc brake while operating off of a cable. So it's a cable, but it's a hydraulic disc brake. So yeah, and I had to get a cable because I had hydraulic disc brakes on the front, and they were just completely junk. They got air in them, and I don't want to bleed brakes and mess around with all that nonsense when I could buy that whole thing on eBay for like $25. It was $25 shipped for this. You can get the whole set for $40. And yeah, it's so much better. It's very powerful, very strong. Stops very quickly. And yeah, definitely worth buying. So that was worth doing. Let's see. I also had to pull this cable off. If you ever need a cable for anything, if you need I need a kind of longer cable than what I could probably find in the store or whatever, because I put this handlebar riser on there, which makes it taller. And so what I had to do was I was gonna go drive over to my dad's house to go into his backyard to pull a cable off of one of his old bikes he had back there. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do that because it was 5 o'clock traffic hour, and I was like, I'll just stop by the dump. I stopped by the waste center where people take all their crap and throw it all in there. And I went over to the scrap metal bin, and there was a walker. A little walker had brakes built into it, and henceforth had a good cable. And I pulled the cable off the walker and brought it home and put it on here, and now it's good. So yeah, if you ever need to get a brake cable for something, you could just go and get one from your dump. So there you go. And this back rack, this is another rack, eBay special. You see how it's able to be, have two different mounting points. It's fully adjustable. You can make it fit however. It's a lot better than the rack I got from Target. That was a Target rack on that one right there. And it's just a whole lot stronger and just better. And I was able to fit my seat post on here because I had a problem because the original part sticking out here was kind of high. It was like up here. And then when the seat got on there, the seat was so high because it's a big frame bike and I'm not extremely tall. But yeah, I cut that down and remounted it. So it's really low mounting. So you could do that on your bike, but you gotta have to have a big angle grinder. Cut it off. But yeah. And I got my fenders mounted. I lost, if you have one of these fenders and you lose the piece that clips onto here to mount onto this, you can just use zip ties, and you get a drill. You drill 2 holes, one there, one back there on this side, and you could zip tie do that on both sides and zip tie it on there. And that works just as good. It's more solid than other way is. But yeah, this bike is really nice. Only thing that I noticed is that when I'm riding with this new setup, because it's 350 watts, the batteries die quicker. So that's just a trade-off you get. But of course, I was kind of pushing them kind of hard. You know, I wasn't being light on them. I wasn't babying them. But yeah, I got that all mounted and got my cup holder on there. You know, got my Andrew Yang stickers on everything. And this is a flashlight off of eBay. You can order these, and it has a bike mount. This actually is pretty decent. I thought it was gonna be crappy because I thought it would fall off, but what I did is I put the string on around here, so it can't be pulled off. You have to cut the string to pull it off of here. And so if it falls off of this mount, if it falls off here, and I twisted this part, you see this metal clip right here? That's twisted onto this carrier, and so it locks it in there, kind of. And yeah, if it does fall off of here, it is stuck on the handlebars, so it can't fall off and smash into the ground, which is something I was afraid was going to happen. And so yeah, it's pretty solid. It's not a very good flashlight, honestly. It's not that bright. You know, obviously I'm in a really bright garage. It's got a really good beam and puts a square, so that's kind of cool. But it's really not that bright. I mean, it's bright. It's bright enough, definitely for a bike, but it's not the best. But yeah, and then I got my standard Exco mounts on there. If you have one of these and you're trying to do the wiring diagrams, if you're doing the wiring for this and you have a brown and a blue wire, the brown wire is positive and the blue wire is negative. So brown wire positive, blue wire negative. That's international standards for that. So there you go. I figured that out too while messing with this. And yeah, this bike is really awesome, and I can go really far because I have 4 batteries. There's 2 of them. There's one up there charging, and then that one right there, which I don't plan on using this number 4 battery because this is my newest one. So I plan on using those as much as I can. My number 1 and number 2. My number 3 is pretty new as well, and so I try not to use it either. And I use my number 1 and number 2 more than anything else. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the whole video for you. So that's my e-bike, and it goes pretty quickly too, especially with the brand new battery in it. It's quick. It's nice. It feels better than the 250 watt for sure. A lot better. And with this great bike, it's just so much better because it's so much more lightweight. But anyways, I love you all, and I hope you have a great day. Make sure that you subscribe and hit the like button and leave a comment in the comment section below. And that's it. So I'll talk to you later, and hope you have a great day. Bye.